Never thought it would end like this.
Okay. I used to be afraid of the world outside my door, so I lived within the pages of a book. I used to be so scared of what I couldn't control. It seemed whatever I touched, I broke. The wind at my back, the grass so green, the sun on my face, it was all a dream. Till you said, wake up, wake up, wake up, take my hand. I'm here for you now, I'll help you stand. The world isn't so frightening, it's not all thunder and lightning. And as long as we are together, life can only get better. I used to be embarrassed about my eyes, my nose, my smile, so I hid my face behind my hair. I spent so many years feeling like I was drowning. Now finally I'm coming up for air. Laughing out loud, being part of a team, touching the stars, it was all a dream. Till you said, wake up, wake up, wake up, take my hand. I'm here for you now, I understand. The world isn't so frightening, it's not all thunder and lightning. And as long as we are together, life can only get better. Life can only get better.
Well, good morning. Good morning. It's not morning coffee. I'm not going to change it from morning coffee with Jamie, but no, I've decided not to drink coffee anymore. I just, I'm making some serious changes to my health, and that's just one of the things that I feel that I have needed to get rid of. And so I'm choosing not to drink coffee. You can drink whatever you want when you visit with me. But I mean, I've got my water. I still have my Postum and my Pero because I still like a warm drink in the morning, not hot. You don't want to scold yourself, but I just don't want to have coffee anymore. Yeah. What, do you think I was going to stop doing these videos? What, are you insane? What am I going to do at 2 o'clock in the morning? Anyway, wow. Are you seeing the smoke? Oh, heck, that's strong. Whew. I have not burned incense in a couple weeks, actually. Well, that's not true. I did a few sticks yesterday, or 2 days ago, not Sunday. Anyway, wonderful gift from my lovely readers, you awesome sauce. See, I still have a few left. I honestly thought by Christmas you guys sent me like 2 years of incense. I've learned I'm obsessed with things smelling good in my office, and I have probably burned 10 times what I normally do because I have access to awesome scent and smell, and yeah. Really? You thought I was going to stop doing videos? Whatever. Yeah, we're so close to 100. Why would I stop before 100 weeks? That doesn't make any sense. Does that seem like me? Me. Yeah. I do things a little bit different. It's like I was playing a game with my brother. I think it was Saturday. Yes, I know. It's 7 Days to Die. It really should be called 7 Days to Cry. Anyway, no, I was avoiding zombies because I hate zombies. I still hate zombies. I know I play that game once in a while, but they freak me out. But I learned that I like creating things because you can build things. I don't play Minecraft, but someone said that this is like Minecraft on super steroids because you can build anything. You can destroy anything in this game. I thought, I want to build something. But I got a base in one place, and then we took over a prison in the worst part of the map. And we wanted to make the prison a really cool, fun, beautiful place, and do farming up on the rooftop and everything. But I didn't want to deal with going back and forth across this big, massive map and dealing with zombies. So I told my brother, I said, what if we made a tunnel and we just went under all the zombies so we don't have to deal with the zombies? He's like, I love that idea. So we started digging. He's got a pickaxe. I had a pickaxe. But then I have like an auger, and it's so slow. And it's like the equivalent of like 50 miles in between our two bases. I'm just trying to show you the difference in the way that I think. So he's like, but my brother's telling me, but I swing the pickaxe really, he specializes in mining. So he's going way fast. I've got an auger with gasoline, and I'm thinking I'm going so fast. And my brother is is chiseling out a hole faster than I can use a machine. And I was like, well, this is stupid. It's going to take forever. It's going to take weeks of gameplay. I don't even want to spend a day of gameplay digging a hole. How could I do this? So I looked in my little box, my little supply box, and I went, hey, I wonder what a missile launcher would do. Hey, look, I have a fairly large stack of high explosive missiles. Never used them. I wonder what would happen. So I picked it up and I put the missile launcher over my shoulder and I pulled the trigger. Guess what? Great big massive hole. Big enough for a truck to drive through. So I spent a couple hours blowing holes underground, completely oblivious to the zombies above. And now we have a beautiful base in between one base to another. And then I started building weird things underneath there, like a pit stop where you could have, water, do a barbecue, if you're sick. I got a med bay. Then I started building vehicles because it's a really long way to walk or run. And then I made a parking garage. And then, see, I just don't think like everybody else. And then I've got my kids and friends and other brothers who they're like, let's be survivalisted up, and they go and take on the zombies. And I'm like, that's fine. I'll be underground and I'll make you pancakes. That's just kind of my personality. Anyway, good morning. Good morning. Morning coffee. Without coffee, but morning coffee. I've missed you. I hope you had a good weekend. I did. Mine was fabulous. Absolutely wonderful. I had such a good time over the last part of the week and weekend. I wish I could do a replay. I need to say thank you to family, to friends, to Esther, my sweet little 3-year-old. Maybe she's 4. I don't know, Asia, you can correct me. My granddaughter. And I'll tell you about that in a minute. And I need to say thank you. I want to say thank you to Andai and his family, my best friend. And we needed steps down on the hillside to go down to the chickens. And I'm not that guy. I don't know how to build stuff. Usually when I try to build things, I make things worse. That's why I don't work on cars. I love doing the basic maintenance and stuff. And I actually bought sets to like work with the, like door panels or the body and shape of things of the vehicle. But I don't touch the engine. I'm afraid something will blow up. I'm jinxed that way. My dad said right before I got married, a long time ago, he said, "Son, I'm so sorry." I said, "About what?" He says, "Car problems are genetic." What? He says, "Yeah, so once you get married, just have your checkbook ready." Whatever. And like a week to 2 weeks after I married Kathy Lynn, our car broke down. Yeah, and it's been that way ever since. So I'm not that guy. Of course, I know, this is tangent, but I remember our dryer gave out, and I went to go buy a new one, and my oldest son says, "Dad, if it's already broken, why don't you try fixing it?" What? He says, "Well, that's how I develop skills, that if something's broken, I try to fix it. How more broken can it get than being broken, right?" Yeah, that makes sense. So I had this dryer, and I was like, Anyway, I love that dryer. Bought it used, worked beautifully for years. And so my wife wakes up one day, she comes down, it's like, "What is going on?" In the living room, because we had a hardwood floor, in the living room, and right by the front door, and our dryer, I'm sitting on the floor, on the bare floor, and our dryer's like spread out in parts all across the floor. Had to tiptoe around to get into the kitchen for breakfast. She's like, "What are you doing?" "I'm trying to fix this," just like Evan was saying. "I'm trying to fix it. I'm trying to develop skills." And I ordered when I figured out what had gone on, I ordered the parts from Amazon. And then I took it up, because I put it together again and like put it to the side. I took it apart again, and it's there. And my son comes down. He's like, "Dad," he's about ready to go to work. "Dad, this is impressive. You're really trying to fix it." I was like, "Yeah, I'm trying to fix it. You said, how more broke can broke be?" And what I'm really excited about, son, is if I fix it, I'm going to be that guy. He goes, "Yeah." He goes to the door, and just before he leaves, he turns back and says, "But if you really think about it, Dad, even if you don't fix it, you're still going to be that guy." Shut up, go to work. So I think differently, which is not a bad thing. It has gotten us through a lot of things, a lot of challenges. It's why, one of the main reasons why I've been publishing and doing creative things since 1986 and succeeding at all sorts of levels in doing those things, especially when other people said, "You can't do that." Really? Why? Because you can't? Don't take your insecurities and your self-imposed doubts and put them on my shoulders. That's your circus. Those are your monkeys, not mine. So, yeah. Wow, what a tangent. I think I've missed you. You look good. You do. You look good this morning. Hair. Your hair looks good today. Welcome. Morning coffee. I know I've already said this like 10 minutes ago, but it is, what day is it? Well, it's Monday. We know that. It is September 8th. 2025, and it's about 4:30 a.m. A little bit later than usual. I've been up for a while, actually. I've been working on artwork on something that I'll talk to you about here in just a moment. But first, let's say welcome, our new subscribers, new members to our community. I think that I can read this without my glasses. Let's see. Yeah, notes. I always have my notes. Okay. Welcome to Marvin Wynn. Welcome, Marvin. Welcome, Florence. Nope. Nope. That is a complicated looking name to me. I have no idea. It's a blur. Let's see. Ha! There we go. Marvin Wynn, Florence Shadlin, Len Evans Jr., Heel Extension. You guys with your emails. Stuart Rowland, and I don't know if I'm going to get this right, but Mohammed El Yousefi. Kind of a fun name. Welcome. Welcome to the community of Life of Fiction. Hope you have a wonderful time. Hope you leave comments and enjoy the books, enjoy the stories. Everything's free. Okay. Announcements. Let's see. I haven't done something for the little kids in a while since the underlings. So there's something new. Something fun. And I think it might be fun for the grown-ups too. You got a coloring book. I put it under the book, there. It's the coloring book. It's My Baby Dragons. And I actually made this, I think it was right before Christmas last year, I think. And we bought some copies. I think we sold somewhere between 400 or 500 of them at a boutique. And then a lot of people bought them for Christmas. It was fun. And this is something that I did for my grandkids. And I only thought about bringing this out and sharing it with you so you can give it to your little ones or enjoy it yourself. It's just a cute book. Because I was visiting with some friends of mine and my friend Seth and talking to his just adorable little girls. And I said, is there anything I could do for you guys? And one of his daughters said, it whispers to her dad. And he says, well, that's not really a need. And I said, what? He says, well, it's more like a want. I said, okay, what do you kids want? They said, we want a new coloring book. And I forgot I had brought them coloring books before. And they totally filled them up. So I said, coloring book? Like what kind of coloring book? They said, well, like a farm. They have a farm. I was like, well, animals, I do fantasy stuff. I don't do realistic stuff. Anyway, and they said, well, and then her little sister says, I want a farm with fairies and chickens. I was like, okay, first of all, I love chickens. Second of all, I so do fairies. So I'm going to do a fantasy farm. That's the goal. Can I get it done before Christmas? I don't know, but I am going to make that. I'm going to bring them new coloring books. So we'll have a new coloring book eventually. So, Baby Dragons, that's available. You just go on lifeoffiction.com. You can go to the Buy Books page, and I have it right at the top now. And you click on it, it'll take you to Amazon. Get as many as you like. Second, Ink and Purpose. Oh my goodness. Why Fiction Matters? Well, that seems to be doing well, and that's good. I mean, I made it for you guys, right? It is available not only in audio, in digital and paperback. It is now available as an audiobook. Clarification, I don't have the time yet to read and do it myself. Yes, there will be an audiobook version, and it will be on Soundwise, not Audible. But I just decided, if that's where you buy things and you really want this book, why not put it on there? And so I asked Elena, Lisa, here in our community, and she owns a publishing house. I said, have you ever used the Amazon AI? Because when you publish a book there now and you do an ebook, they actually give you an option and say, would you like this to be made into an audiobook? Well, I mean, I don't want you to have to listen to some robot, but they let you pick and go through all the voices and to listen to what they sound like. And they're actually pretty good. So I went into the studio. Some of the pronunciation, no, but then I saw the button that I could fix the pronunciation, and I did on the majority of them. And since it's English, it's not like a fantasy book. You'd never want to do this with a fantasy book. You imagine maybe unique names that you've created in your story, and oh wow, that AI would just mess it up. But this is just all plain English. So I made a few corrections, and I listened to it for a while and went, that actually sounds pretty decent. So I hit create. So it's an AI voice until I can actually get the version of me reading it. But it's pretty good. So that's available from Audible. Let's see. Then, oh gosh, oh, you know what? I need to let you know, we haven't done a fiction cartel in a while. I like hanging out with Anne and with Coomer and with Lisa. And Coomer has an appointment. He can't be there. Lisa just had a brand new granddaughter. Congratulations. She's gorgeous. Thanks for the pictures. She's absolutely gorgeous. So she's with her daughter-in-law and her son and her granddaughter and new granddaughter. Congratulations. So she can't be there. So it's going to be me and Anne. But we have another member of our community who just published. Wait, did you just publish or did you just finish, Shannon? Wait, Shannon Haynes. Shannon's going to join us. And we're going to talk about what is it we're going to talk about? The process of publishing. I wanted to see if anyone else does it even remotely like I do, or if they have crazy moments, if they have a certain process or tools that we use. So if you are thinking about publishing a book, and maybe you're going traditional, I wonder if anyone else has done traditional. I've never wanted to, but we're going to talk about it today on the Fiction Hub. And we're going live, and we're going to record it like always, but we're going to go live at 9 a.m. Pacific time today. So I will put a link down below. It's the same link every time, the Fiction Hub. We got it set up with a domain name. But there will be a link, and I'll also put it out there in the Substack sphere for everyone. And we hope that you'll join us, because you can ask questions. You can, type it into the chat, and we'll answer those. But we're going to share our process. And that's one of the things I like about the Fiction Hub. I like when we have these conversations because we teach each other. I like learning new things. And I've got all sorts of crazy experience doing really, really stupid things that have oftentimes been quite successful. So that's fun. That's a thing. Personal stuff. So this whole last month, I think I mentioned it last week, but it's just been miserable. This last week, I spent all except for Friday afternoon, Saturday, and Sunday. I spent the week sick, just so sick. I'm still fighting back stuff right now as we talk. So I didn't work on the projects that I'd hoped to work on, but I started feeling a little bit better, could get out of bed, and I don't know what's going on. We're gonna mess with my we're gonna mess with the food that I eat. We're gonna try altering my diet and see what happens. I think that this is because I missed a whole week. I thought I took my shot and I didn't. You'd think I would remember something like that, but I didn't. Anyway, so about Friday afternoon was so neat is, okay, back up. So I have a granddaughter, Esther. I love that child. She looks like and reminds me of her mom, Asia, one of my 9 daughters that I used to hold her on my lap when she was a baby, and I would read my comic books to her. And I'd be reading the comic book, enjoying the comic book. She's in my lap, and she would just be, looking up at Dad as Dad's reading the comic book, doing the sound effects, the automatopoeias and all that. And anyway, so Esther, she loves hanging out with Papa. And we usually, during the summer, a few times, last summer, gosh, it was like every Friday, we would do a weenie roast. I have the kids over, we go into the front yard, we make a fire, and we roast hot dogs. And then we do s'mores afterwards. And my wife and I, we invite all the kids and to bring their grandkids. It's a way for us to spend time together. And it's only ever been my daughters. Well, that's not fair, because Evan's, daughters and daughter-in-laws. It's all my, come to think of it, my sons, if any of you watch this video, you're a bunch of turds. I just realized something. I'm always alone. I need more. No, that's not true. Okay, I'm correcting myself. Travis, you've always showed up. Well, almost always, but good enough. I just noticed I'm usually the only adult male there, and I'm just surrounded by the ladies and the grandkids, the little kids. I like having male company. Yeah, having a guy to talk to. Travis shows up. I love Travis, my son-in-law. Ex-rock star, for real. Cool guy. Love him. However, Esther really looks forward to these weenie roasts, and we didn't do them this year. We've been so busy trying to work on the yard, and it's been a rough summer. So I've been sick most of the time, so we haven't done one. So my wife says, Esther's really disappointed. And every time she comes over and every time she sees me, she says, are we going to do a weenie roast? I want to do a weenie roast with Papa and cook hot dogs and do marshmallows. So we got the stuff and we did that on Friday. Wow. A lot of kids. Yeah. That was intense. That was fun though. And that was sticky. So many marshmallows. Wow. Fun. One of the advantages of having a lot of kids and having grandchildren that just love hanging out with you. It's fun. So we did that on Friday. On Saturday, thank you, Andai, for making those steps. Steps were made in the side of the hill to get down to the chickens. So that's good. Now, because of my bad balance, I need to figure out how to put up a railing, but, it's good. This is all good. Stories are already written. The next chapter with Chronicles is done and scheduled. It's on time for this Friday. It's because I love you. Yep. And, I think some other stuff's going to be coming up soon. Again, I will tell you when I have it done, not what I'm going to do. I think that's it. Did I forget anything? Nope, because I'm working on my secret project for the rest of this month. Because it's really important. Because, I need to launch this in October. So, all the stories are there. Speed drawings are there. I hope you're enjoying the speed drawings. I sure love doing that. There's a rumor. There's a rumor going on. Well, it's a semi-rumor. Maybe a rumor to you. It's reality to me because they sent me an email. I got invited by Procreate to be one of the beta testers for, I think it's, version 5.4, something like that of Procreate. And I really never like being part of betas when it comes to computer programs. Because if it screws up and you take the risk, it could, mess with the files that you've got. I don't want to back up my whole iPad. Oh my goodness. But I'm pretty excited because the new brushes, they're doing things specifically for cartoonists, for comic book artists this time. I've been dreaming about taking Wanted Hero Chronicles and making comic books again. Yeah, I'm chewing on that one. I don't know if I'm going to decide to do that or not. I miss doing comic books. But it took a toll on my hands. It destroyed my hands. I'd be drawing for like 18 hours a day, and I just really ruined my hands. But it was so much fun. So much fun. We'll see. Maybe this is, maybe this is a project I need to attack with missiles and high explosives. I don't know. See how I did that? I brought it all around. Yeah. You're awesome. I love you. I'm gonna have such a great week, and I'm so looking excited. What is that? I'm so excited to hang out with Anne and Shannon and to talk about craft. Well, talk about publishing and the process. There's a lot of authors out there that are getting discouraged because of the landscape. And I want to explain and show people, don't listen to these mud butts out there. You can still do everything you want to do, all of it. There's so much stress and focused on things that don't honestly matter. You can use a lot of the tools, and you can publishing and doing all this. It's way easier than you think. I think that's what we need to tell people. All these people, I'll show you the secrets of. Shut up. There's no secrets. I'm gonna have to do a series. I am going to have to do a series and clarify some things. I won't use names. I got names, but I won't use names, and I won't point fingers. But I am going to take situations, things that I've seen on the internet and in the publishing landscape, in the publishing community, that's absolute horseshit. I'm sorry. It's supposed to be a PG show, but it's like people say things in such a way that you see all these indie authors that are going and they're jumping in these big piles of manure, hot and steaming, and going, there must be a pony in here. There must be a pony in here. No, there's not. It's just horseshit. I only say that because I care about you. And if you want to publish a book, I want to show you how to publish a book. You should have that option. You really should. And you do. People aren't telling the truth out there. Why? Because they want to stick their hand in your wallet. There's nothing wrong in my mind with people making money. Nothing whatsoever. Please just be honest and transparent. I've got some projects coming up, and I'm literally going to start the projects by looking you in the eye and saying, I'm doing this to make money. I'm doing this, sharing my experiences with you, but you have to pay for what I know. Why? Because I'm not going to give away 36 years of experience for free. I spent 36 years. Why would I just turn it all over? That doesn't make any sense. Plus, I don't need anybody to do this. I'm making my living doing this. I'll just continue doing what I do. But I have some extra stuff, and guess what? You could help me have the ability to do other things in my life, and I can help you to probably achieve your goals a lot faster and have a hell of a lot more fun than what you're having. I think that's a fair trade. That's the way that I look at things. But for crying out loud, be honest and let people choose for themselves. They don't have to. If you know what you're looking for, you can go find all the answers for free. It's available if you know where to look. But I'm not going to be like, learn the secrets of. No, I'm just going to say, guess what? There's another way to do this. I found a way. I've been using that way. It's how I do it. You want to see how? Come on over here. Why don't people do it that way? Hi, I'm on a beach and I can look casual because I'm a millionaire. I'm not actually homeless and only have an iPhone to make this advertisement. Whatever. That's so stupid. I'm just sick of it. Just be honest. Anyway, have a good day. Have a good week. You are more than you think you are. I keep telling you that. Because it's true. And I'm right. About that, I'm wrong about a lot of things often. But not about that. I've always been right about that. And you need to listen to me if you haven't already. And you need to turn to everyone else and say, you know what? This is true about you too. You are more than you think you are. It's important. Because I want you to be the very best you can be, whatever that is. You get to decide that. You get to stand up and say, I choose to do this. I choose to be this. Nobody gets to choose for you unless you don't choose. You must act or you will be acted upon. It's the way it works. And it doesn't matter if you like it or not. It's the way it works. So choose. Choose for you. you have that option. Have a good day. Have a good week. And I'll see you next time.